Lily stared out the car window as the familiar sights of her small hometown came into view. After 4 years away at college, the streets felt both comforting and strange. She'd left behind the sleepy town with dreams of adventure and a bright future, but now, with her diploma in hand, she felt lost. She had no clear direction, and the city that once promised so much seemed overwhelming. So, she'd made the decision to return home, at least for a little while, to figure out her next steps. The house looked the same as it always had: white picket fence, blooming garden, and the welcoming porch where she had spent countless summer evenings. Her parents were thrilled to have her back, and Lily quickly fell into the rhythm of small-town life. One afternoon, while unpacking the last of her things, she decided to take a walk downtown. The main street was just as she remembered it: quaint shops, the old diner, and a handful of new places that had popped up since she'd been away. As she turned the corner near the town square, she almost ran straight into someone. Lily. She looked up and felt her heart skip a beat. It was Ethan, her high school crush. He looked older, more mature, but his warm brown eyes were just the same. "Ethan. It's been so long," Lily said, a smile spreading across her face. "How have you been?" "Good, good. I'm still here, helping with the family business," Ethan replied, rubbing the back of his neck, a habit Lily remembered well. They fell into an easy conversation, catching up on the years they'd spent apart. Ethan had stayed in town to help his parents run their hardware store, and although he sometimes wondered what life would be like elsewhere, he found contentment in his routine and the sense of community the town provided. As they talked, Lily realized how much she'd missed him, how much she'd missed the simplicity of life here. Ethan suggested they grab a coffee at the local cafe, and Lily eagerly agreed. Over the next few weeks, Lily and Ethan spent more and more time together. They revisited old haunts, took long drives through the countryside, and shared stories about their lives since high school. It was like no time had passed at all, and yet, so much had changed. Lily found herself drawn to Ethan in a way she hadn't been before. There was something comforting about his steady presence, his quiet strength. One evening, as they walked along the lake where they used to hang out as teenagers, Ethan stopped and turned to Lily. "Lily, can I ask you something?" His voice was soft, hesitant. "Of course," she replied, sensing the seriousness in his tone. "Do you ever think about what might have happened if you'd stayed? If we'd stayed in touch?" Lily looked at him, her heart pounding. She had thought about it, more times than she could count. Back in high school, she'd had feelings for Ethan, but she'd been too focused on leaving town, on chasing her dreams, to ever act on them. Now, standing here with him, she couldn't help but wonder what they might have had. "I do," she admitted. "I think about it a lot, actually. But I don't know if things would have been different. We were so young, and I had so many things I wanted to do." "I understand," Ethan said, looking down at the ground. "But now, you're back. And I've never really stopped thinking about you, Lily. I don't want to miss another chance." Lily felt a rush of emotions: surprise, warmth, confusion. She cared about Ethan deeply, but she also knew that coming back home wasn't necessarily permanent. She had dreams she still wanted to pursue, places she wanted to explore. But she also couldn't deny the pull she felt toward him. "I don't want to miss another chance either," she said softly. "But I also don't know what the future holds for me. I'm still figuring things out." Ethan nodded, his eyes reflecting a mix of hope and understanding. "I get that. I'm not asking you to stay forever, Lily. But maybe, we could see where this goes. Take it one day at a time. Lily smiled, feeling a sense of peace settle over her. I'd like that. And so, they decided to take it slow, to explore this new chapter of their relationship with open hearts. As the days turned into weeks, Lily found herself falling for Ethan all over again, this time with the maturity and understanding that comes with age. They shared laughter, dreams, and even their fears about what the future might hold. But as Lily's time in town stretched on, the looming question of her next steps became harder to ignore. She knew she couldn't stay in her hometown forever, but the thought of leaving Ethan behind was just as daunting. One night, as they sat on the porch of her childhood home, watching the stars, Ethan spoke up. "Lily, I know you're thinking about leaving again. And I don't want to hold you back. You've always been meant for big things, and I'd never want to stand in the way of that." Tears welled up in Lily's eyes. "Ethan, I don't want to leave you. But I also don't want to regret not chasing my dreams." Ethan reached for her hand. "Then don't. Go after what you want, Lily. I'll be here, cheering you on, no matter where life takes you. And who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again, even if they diverge for a while." Lily squeezed his hand, her heart full of love and gratitude. "Thank you, Ethan. For understanding. For everything." With that, they shared a bittersweet kiss, knowing that their time together might be coming to an end, but also knowing that their connection would never truly fade. A few weeks later, Lily packed her bags and prepared to leave once more. This time, though, she felt more at peace. She knew she was following her heart, both in pursuing her dreams and in cherishing the time she'd spent with Ethan. As she drove out of town, she glanced in the rearview mirror and saw Ethan standing on the porch, waving goodbye. She waved back, tears streaming down her face, but with a smile on her lips. Lily didn't know what the future held, but she was ready to face it head-on, carrying with her the memories of a love that had shaped her in ways she was only beginning to understand.